So people always ask me, what is a sexual abolitionist? Like, what does this really means? And what I try to get people to understand is, as an abolitionist helps people get free, and as a sexologist, I help people get free of sexual shame, sexual oppression, sexual repression. We are all entangled in a web of mistruths, misinformation, miseducation. We have all been intentionally miseducated about sex and our sexuality. And so it's my goal to help people emancipate themselves from all of these mistruths, mistruths even about, or misunderstandings, even about something as simple as virginity, right? Historically, virginity just meant that you were of marrying age. Historically, that's what it meant. It meant that you were at an age to get married and then be with your husband. And then somehow, through different translations, we got into, a girl being penetrated, and the breaking of the hymen, and that's the loss of your virginity. When it's really, people having a sexual debut. And that way, having a sexual debut is not gendered, right? So it's not necessarily about penetration, because sex comes in all of these different forms. Orgasms come in different forms. And so virginity doesn't even really speak to that. But you have everyone saying, oh, I lost my virginity. But is the guy really losing his virginity? Is someone who's non-binary actually losing their virginity? How do we explain that in the frame of the word virginity? And to understand that now is really all about a sexual debut. We have a lot of other miseducations. Girls are supposed to be good girls, and boys will be boys. All of these notions are just fictitious norms that we have built up over the years, through history, through traditions. And then when you get old enough to really ask the questions that you really need to ask, then you're like, wait a minute, none of this is really applicable. None of this really applies. All the rules have changed. I remember when men couldn't wear pink. I remember when men couldn't walk around with a little purse dog, because then you weren't a man. And now I see all the men, they got the little purse dogs, and they're so happy, and they're wearing pink, or they're wearing earrings, and they're wearing jewelry, and they're wearing fingernail polish, and it does not determine your masculinity. So again, there's just all of these mistruths just wrapped up into our very existence, into how we understand ourselves as sexual beings, into how we identify as male, female, lady, woman, Mr., Mrs. Why is it that only women are identified by their relational status? You have Miss, MS, you have Miss, MISS, you have Mrs., MRS, but the man is just Mr., which is also short for master. That's a whole nother issue. And so how come men are not identified by their marital status, but only girls and women are identified by their relational status, that to a man? And so the opportunity that I have to free people from these notions, to educate people about the mistruths, the miseducation, the outright lies, the feelings versus the actual facts. I get to help people unravel from that. We see that a lot right now, even in politics. We have politicians making legislative decisions based on their feelings, not medical facts, not biological facts, not social emotional facts, with no emotional literacy. And we understand today how dangerous that is. And we pay a price for it when everyone is not emancipated and not free. So as a sexual abolitionist, I am here to help you get free. Let's get free of the shame that you've been living in. Let's get free of the sexual oppression that you have caused you to be limited in your decisions. You're not being your authentic self because you feel that oppression. Let's get you out and have you celebrate and enjoy yourself as a sexual being and your sexuality and your sex life, because you're no longer repressed by the history and by what people have taught you about how to not value yourself. And so when I get to teach people how to value themselves, when I get to teach people how to set healthy, fun, engaging boundaries, when I get to teach people how to just release, when I get to help people understand that you have to set your own rules and that you have to listen to your own body and that nobody else's experience gets to determine yours. That is the work that I'm here for. That is the work that I love to do. And when I get to do that, there's nothing like setting someone free or helping someone get free. It's my life work. It's my life passion. And I can't express it enough because I'm just here for it.